Hello everyone, my name is GX, and in this guide I will teach you on how to make the two-deck cannon ships. So first, what will we discuss in this guide? First off, we are going to discuss a few characteristics of this ship archetype. Then, we will see how they are formed, and afterwards I will build one myself, so you can see every single detail of this ship. First off, characteristics. So, this ship archetype is very slow, we can say that. For example, we have three examples here. One waist DC ship, one heavy deck cannon ship, and let's say a normal deck cannon ship. We can see here that the waist ship goes at 44.9 meters per second, which is very slow if you ask me. Now we have the heavy deck cannon ship. This one goes at 51.1 meters per second. Now we have the Redemption 1.2. This one goes at 63 meters per second, which is actually decently fast for the ship archetype. We will now see how they are formed. So now we have two examples right here on how these ships are formed. I have a normal one and a waist ship one. Now we can see here that I separated them in parts that build the entire ship. You can see here, this part right here is the deck cannon module. This is where the ammo and the deck cannons are in. We can see here it's 12 crew per deck cannon, which is decent. Now, here we have the front armor. Why do I call this part front armor? Because it's ahead of the deck cannons. Everything above this point is the front armor. Now, from here to here, there's another thing called side armor. This is going to protect the side of the deck cannon module. Now we have the thruster module. It's basically the part of the ship that makes it alive. It has the thrusters, the reactor, the control room, and sometimes a hype drive. And another very important part, the rear protection. This will prevent a lot of large cannon shots from destroying the thrusters and also going to the ammo storages, and this is why we have the deck cannon rear protection. This is very important in deck cannon ships since it, like I said, it prevents the large cannon shots from going through the thrusters and to the ammo storages, which will explode if they get destroyed. Now, a deck cannon waist ship is very similar. As you can see here, it has the deck cannon module, the front, the side armor, the rear protection, the thruster module, and the deck cannon rear protection. Now, I will take this ship as an example. As we can see, this ship has almost everything, but I already see two problems here. First off, it's actually three problems. There has been a few things that I changed in this off camera, but you can see it here more clearly, which is the operators. Now, in the complete version of this ship, the operators had to go like through here and then to the other deck cannon. Another problem I see is the storage position. If the storage is in here, the crew will take too long to arrive to this storage, thus increasing the uptime by a lot, which means the deck cannon will reload way slower than it should be. Another thing is that this has way too much side armor. As you can see in this ship, the side armor, and even in this ship, is way less than in this ship. So, what could change? Well, here is my changes. I isolate the crew to each of their deck cannons so they don't have to travel through the thruster module. I also added the deck cannon rear protection that it needed, because if you see here, because of this ammo storage, the rear protection was very low. And as you can see, I also changed the position of the storage to here. That way, not only did I solve the problem of the deck cannon reloading too slow, but I also took out some of the excess side armor. So these will be my changes for this ship. Now, I will proceed to make one my own. So, first off, let's build one, actually. Now, I will start with the thruster module, which is one of the most important parts. We can either make it like this or like this. I like using my modules which are in a folder that I will upload soon to the Steam Workshop, so you can learn how to build more easily. As you can see, I have a few modules in here, though I do not recommend using only the modules. I recommend making them on your own. These modules are just for you to see, and you can even use them sometimes, but it's highly advised to make them yourself. Now, door placement is also very important. You want your storages to have all of the doors possible, so the crew can reach. Let's say if I took this, oh my bad, if I took this door out, then the crew will take too long to arrive here, and if I put the door only here, then it will take the same time to reach here and here. If I add this door, then crew will reach their destinations way faster. Oh, but don't apply the same thing for crew bunkers, since a door will be a complete waste of money, because the entire crew will be out of their bunker, so they only need one door in this case. We will now add the rear protection. We actually don't need this. Actually, we don't need this. Let's first do this. Here we have this. Now, we're going to take this out for now. Now, we will do the thruster module. So, as you can see in here, there is a very convenient position for the cockpit to be, which is here. This is a very convenient place because it's completely enclosed in armor, which does really give the necessary protection for the control room. Now, let's put the reactor and a hyperdrive. I really like putting the hyperdrives because they allow my ship to live another battle without risking the chance of getting destroyed on the way home. So you just teleport instead of traveling all of that distance from wherever you come from to the base. You just teleport away and you completely take out that risk. Now, let's do the crew quarter. Let's put it in here. In this case, the door should be placed as close as the reactor as possible, so crew grab that energy more quickly. We can actually do this like... Why did I do this? First off, you need the thrusters as close as the deck cannon modules as possible. We of course do not want something like this. This will just be very unnecessary. It needs to be at a certain height in which it does not take out that much side protection, because if I put it like here, then the side protection will be way less because of the thruster. So if I put it here, I will be able to put more side protection. Now, why did I place this thruster like this? First off, because it's more convenient. Second, because of protection. Exactly. Protection is very important. Okay, let's put the rear protection. Now, This piece, okay, first off, I'll finish this. Now, this piece of armor right here, I call it the Mr. Kingtail because you can find it in many of his ships, is carrying too much weight. So we're going to make this lighter by adding some armor wedges with structure. That way we'll weight way less than before. You can see we not only saved some money and made the ship cheaper, but we also liberated some extra weight that we don't need. We can also do something like this in here if desired. Now let's put the fire extinguishers. Let's put them here. This is a convenient place because the control room is still very well protected, and the back rear armor is already protecting this storage, so extinguishers can fit very well in here. Now let's do the side armor and the front. Oh, before that I almost forgot something. This, the backwards thrust. This is very important, especially if you get stuck in asteroids. Okay, now we're going to do this. Oops. Okay. Another thing is that you want to put your armor in a brick pattern. Why do I say that? I will explain that to you in another guide, don't worry. But for now you just need to put your armor like this. Now, one thing I really love doing is putting something called spaced armor. How does this work? You basically do stuff like this. Now let me explain this to you. So basically there's something called armor penetration and penetration resistance. So you can see a 2x1 armor block has -6 meters of penetration resistance, and the normal armor block has the same, but the armor wedge has -4. Yes, it has way less, so me doing this would be actually contradicting me, right? Well, no it doesn't. The armor wedge costs half of what the armor has, but has 2/3 of the penetration resistance, so it's actually more efficient. But be careful, because you do not want your ship to look like this. The integrity of the ship will just be absolutely horrible. Now, let me explain. If you have something like this, you can see it's spaced, right? There's no armor in between them. So, if you take 4,000 health of a ship, that's basically 1 or 2 deck cannon shots. This whole piece of armor, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So that's basically 26,000 health just went to waste because 2 wedges got destroyed. So what we want to do is put a little bit of armor in between them, so the ship has more stability. If you get what I mean. You basically have spaced armor, but you also have stability, so your ship does not get completely mauled down because of 1 or 2 deckhands shots. I will place this as an extra protection here. Now, I'm going to do a little bit of designing here. By the way, this is not advice, this is just to make the ship look cooler, like aesthetically better. Okay. Here we have the final sign. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, almost 8 layers of armor. Oh wait, nah, let's do it later. It has 8 layers of armor and spaced armor, so it has a very well protected front, as well as the side. As you can see in here, it really stops the penetration of the bullets that could reach the deck cannon and the ammo storage. We could actually make this a little bit more solid if we want to. There will be no problem with that. Now, as you can see in here, this ship has a very well protected side. It has a very good amount of rear protection. It has the desired deck cannon rear protection, and it has the thruster module, which is efficient. Now it's time for logistics. Oh wait, I forgot one tiny thing. The most important thing of them all. The fire extinguisher. This will save your life, trust me. So now let's go for logistics. So let me explain. Let's say this guy, well, first of all, let me fill these storages with ammo. So now let's say that this guy's task is to go to this storage and grab ammo, let's say from here. So he delivers the ammo, but his next task is to grab ammo from all the way over here. That will make the crewmate take way too long to reload the ammo, which will make the deck cannon a lot slower. Now how can we solve this? First, we are going to assign the crew bunkers to their respective storage. For example, this one in here and this one in here. We can also assign them to everything else, by the way. So these are the respective storages and their respective positions. Now for the thruster module, there isn't really much needed because there's only one crew quarter. But if we had something like this, then crew management will be needed. But why am I not putting this? Well, because first of all, there's already enough crew. Second of all, this takes off deck, like rear protection from the deck cannon module. So it is actually very contradicting. It will give you more problems than solutions. Now, here we have it, the complete ship. But wait, we are not finished. There's something called auto ram and auto orbit. So how does this work? First of all, auto ram means that when you attack a ship, the AI will try to instantly ram the enemy or orbit it. Instead of you having to control the position of the ship, you can literally use this very long structure line made by Kawa, by the way. You literally just attack it and save the attack defaults. Now we delete this, and if we take, say, this for example, and attack it, you can see that it will try to instantly ram the ship. You can see in here. For me to show you better, let's first make this invulnerable. Okay, now I made a tiny mistake. Okay, here we go. There are the doors. So as you can see now, the ship will instantly ram. As you can see, because the ship is trying to reach here, the ship literally goes straight to the enemy, trying to reach its position. That's how the autoram works. Well, now we have the ship finished. Logistics are good, the structure is very decent, and it is ready to be saved into the folder that I will upload soon. Let's save it here in. By the way, this folder is pretty big, if you ask me. I think it's specifically 37 subfolders inside of this one folder, in which you will find a bunch of ships for you to learn. So we will replace this ship here for this ship, because that ship was not that good anyways. So that was it for today's guide. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you learned something today. I will see you in the next one. See ya!